Hello everyone, Angus Thorn here, and today we're going to do a little bit of cooking with Angus. We're going to show how to turn your Maruchan pork ramen into something just a little bit more you. So what we're starting with is we're taking the seasoning packets into a reduced level of water. So I would use about 2 cups of water to 4 packets because you want to make a nice kind of fortified stock, because we are going to be adding chicken broth to it to kind of round out the flavors, and it adds the other things. We also have eggs working here, and we're going to show you how you turn these into a great bowl of ramen. So bear with us and follow along. If you want to come in here real close, take a look. So adding the chicken broth to the pork base and water mixture has brought the fat to the top. So we're going to leave some of that in there for flavor, but we will be skimming some of that off. So this technique is called dépouiller, and it means to literally skim the fat. So we're going to take some of that off there because you want some of that fat, but if you have too much, it will coat your tongue and you won't be able to get the good flavors out of it. And we will also adjust the seasonings of this broth we're making here as we go along. And normally it wouldn't show up this quickly, but since these were working with prepared ingredients, you're going to see this fat come up a little bit easier. But again, we want to leave a little bit of that in there. But just take off the really heavy stuff. Looks good to me. The eggs are going to stop here pretty soon. The eggs are coming to a boil. When they reach that rapid boil, we're going to turn it off, let it sit for 15 minutes with the cover on. Thor, what are you doing? Thor, are you helping? Come on. All right, so I'm going to show the ingredients we're going to use to top this ramen when we're done. Eggs are cooling now. We have the broth reducing at a simmer. You never want to bring it to a boil. You want it to simmer for the best flavor. And you can add whatever you would like in there if you want to do some sort of mirepoix or trinity in the beginning. Any seasonings you want to add. Make the bowl your own. Maruchan has provided the template on which to build your work of art. I love ramen. I love ramen. If you know of any good ramen places, and you want me to get to that city, I'll perform comedy and eat at that restaurant. And I'll put the review right online. Let me get a knife. We're going to work through this. Be right back. Alright, so we're going to use Chinese cleaver here to make some work of this. Keep an eye on our time over there. I'm going to bring this up just a little bit more. I want to see a little bit of movement in there. Just a little bit of movement. Okay. All right, we're going to take a look at these. Look at these beautiful scallions. Just nice looking. All right, so I like to clean them up a little bit. You don't want to be incredibly wasteful. Like if you're working in a restaurant, you know that you want the best yields. Come on. I had to work in restaurants. I'm a performer. So I take this off, save this for stock, and then you use the best parts here. And we're just going to go very, very, very fine. And I'm only making a couple bowls today, so we're going to stop right there. And I will make sure that I got a nice even cut across there. And I'll save this again for stock, but the best pieces we're going to use for our dish. Look at, we got them nice. I like the thinness. That word sounds so uncomfortable, but I enjoy how thin you cut them, because when you add that hot broth to it, it just lights that flavor right out of it, you know, and blooms it. It really blooms it. So another thing we're going to be doing here real quick is we're going to take this corn, we're going to work it up real quick. We're going to take the corn off the cob and do fresh corn. You can use, of course, frozen. Any of that works. This is, like I said, your kind of dish. So give me a minute to get this going, and we'll be right back with you. I got to cool those eggs as well. All right, so the eggs are done here. They've rested. I'm gonna come over here real quick. Use your side towels. Keep one with you. You want to make sure you have them. So we're gonna bring it over here. Bring it right across. Hot, coming through. All right, let's put these in the ice real quick. Look at this. Look at that. And yeah, you could do these things real quick and just smash them down. But if you want to do it right, you know, there is a right way to do it, and if you have the time, be careful. I'm going to dump this, so you don't want to dump it right into your eggs. All right. Give me a few minutes and we'll be back to see what those look like. All right, so we're putting the scallions here into these little plastic containers, and I like these. I use these a lot back in the day. It's a good place to store things, because if you don't use all of them in your home kitchen, you can seal it up with a little lid that comes with it and put it away. And I've held on to them for quite a long time because I don't have any money now. So what we're going to do now is take care of these serranos and be good to go. Save any of the little pieces for vegetable stock. When we get to the corn, same thing. The husk can be saved either as a wrapper for another food dish, or you can use them in stocks for flavor. So we're going to take the end of these serranos off right here, just real small, and throw that right in where the stock goes. I like the way these look, so these look real healthy. We're just going to take and go down. You can smash it, actually, for this, or we can do it in rounds. So let's do just a little bias here. So that's going to be nice. And then, so a serrano, they label it, in most cases, as super hot, but it isn't worse to me than a habanero or anything like that. So I would use them, you know, you can use them raw, you can sear them, you can fry them. If you want to bread them or batter them and place them in, you can use them as an appetizer. It's kind of interesting. You want to make some very nice kind of cooling dipping sauces, maybe out of some yogurts to work with that. So we're going to save this other one because that is, well, if I'm doing 2 bowls of ramen today, we might as well. So we'll just, again, place that. And, you know, some people are not concerned with saving things for stocks or otherwise. And again, I'm not here to say, like, oh, if you don't do that, then you're not, that's not right. No, go ahead and do what you want. You paid for it. But there are a lot of things that maybe you can get a second use out of. And right now we're going to look at, and since these two are going together, all of these dishes are being made with the same ingredients today. I am not going to worry about changing surfaces between the cuts, but if I was in a commercial area, I would certainly not want to do it this way because somebody might not enjoy peppers. So the easiest way, if I'm saving for stalks, we're just going to take it off like that, and then peel. We'll save that for the stalk, and again, you can get all that silk. It's funny, it's silk, and this is nice. Look at this. This is beautiful. Beautiful corn. All right, let's save that then. Look at that. Those would be, you can tell how fresh that is. It's just very, very nice. This is one reason I wear gloves, is I do not like the feeling of this, even at home. That's just me. How I little rinse there. And we'll do a little bit more off of that. And then we're going to pull this. So let's take the rest of this. Let's go to a nice place. Slide right through. Watch your fingers. It does tend to roll. And those will go for stock again. So let me get this off here, and I'll see you guys in a few moments. We got the corn off that cob. Look at that. Oh, got some on there. Let's take a look at this. So this is very good sweet corn, and you don't even have to do anything with it for this dish. You can just, right like that. Incredibly sweet. Just absolutely wonderful. And, every once in a while, I like to cook like this. And I saw, there was some inspiration I saw in the video that took me back to my early days of cooking. And that's why I thought, you know what, maybe I should make this video and show that, there's a lot of things that I enjoyed in life that nobody cared about. And so, yep, that one flew off there, and it's over here. Look at this. Ah!
Nope, not anymore.
He's got. Thor, you got corn on you. Corn on the dog? Corn on the dog? Oh! Corn off the dog. There you go. Okay. Let's just get these in here, and we're waiting for the water to come to a boil, and then we're going to get the noodles in there. The broth, we're going to move up just a little bit more. And get a little bit of movement in there. Getting close. It's been a nice simmer, so let's that's moving on. Alright, see you in a few moments. Alright, so the eggs have cooled, and we're getting a good peel on them. Some eggs, depending on how they sat, too, they give you these little pockets. And if you really want the best, sometimes the membrane on there just does not want to separate. But I think I can tell by the way these feel that these eggs are done the way I would like them to be. There's just a little bit of shift in the albumin. There it is. So you can see that membrane. You can see that membrane, and when you can see that, that's when you know you're going to get that good peel. You can see it ever so light right in that area. You can kind of get a hold of that and open your eggs. I've heard a lot of different theories. I've heard it's the amount of time that they were cooked, it's the way they were cooled, and I have done a lot of work trying to replicate that, and I found that sometimes it's just the egg itself. All right, let's take a look and see. What this egg will look like on our ramen. Right down the center. There you go. That's it right there. Okay. See you in a few minutes. I'm going to get the noodles going, and then we're going to build this bowl. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get the noodles going right now. And we checked the stock. So the nice thing about the noodles, whatever kind you use, you'll get used to how long they take. And as we all know, these take about 3 minutes. So you set yourself a timer, and you forget about it. These eggs look good. This is ready. Sometimes I like to add just a little bit of celery to it. Just a little bit to, because, you know, you just, celery for when you want water with herring, you know? Nice little strips that'll just give a good texture to it. All right? See you in a couple minutes, and we'll plate this up. All right, we're about halfway point with the noodles at this point, so I'm going to move them around in here and just kind of open up those noodles. And you want to have that water boiling because you don't want them to stick together, because that's going to be easier to get the water off of them and into the vessel in which you are going to enjoy your ramen from. Yes? Yes. Excellent. All right. So that's moving. We have our bowls over here, and I'll see you in a few. Yeah. All right, so we're going to get the noodles out of here real soon. Bring down. But what we want to do, I like to add a little bit of spice to the ramen. So before I add the broth, just a little dash. Right there. That is too much. That is absolutely way too freaking much. Good Lord. Sweet Jesus. You know what? I'm eating whatever's in there. I did that, so whatever that is gonna... This is Mr. Payne. This is the hottest one they would sell me that was not an additive. So we'll see what that amount does. It's not terrible. There was an additive, though, that I did straight. I had to sign a waiver, and that screwed my stomach up. Holy crap, it was bad. Like, and I have a pretty decent iron stomach for that, but no, this, like, I wasn't sure if I needed to shit or die. So we have the base in there. Now we're going to come over. I'm going to grab a nice ladle. 2 ladles here. Okay, it's ready now. Look at this. Look at that. You can see the steam coming off of that. Tell me you wanted to be the host of a cooking show without telling me you wanted to be the host of a cooking show. Ding! What? No. That's not true. Alright. Now we're going to get these noodles out of here. See if I still got that. Probably not. Probably not. I go blind. Oh, a little out of practice, eh? Yep. Oh! There we go. Oh. Come on. This is not cultural appropriation. This is cultural appreciation. I'm just having trouble. But man, okay, there's the floppy doppy. Come on. Woo! Set it down. Come on, everybody in. Thought you had to throw the dick down the stairs. Okay. All right. Get in there. Get. All right. Take 2 on this one. You know what? I think I'm just trying to be ridiculous when I can just put these in here with my left hand and it'll make a bit of difference. Yep. Hey, guess what? Use your dominant hand and it helps. Nope, no, it does not. It does not help. I was wrong. No, give me a minute. Cut. All right. Took some doing, but I got the noodles from there to here. So give me a second. Whew. Okay. All right. Now, we're good. Now, let's put ingredients on, shall we? First thing you need is a very pretentious set of tweezers. Culinary tweezers that, I thought I needed. But you don't. But there was a time I thought I did. So we're going to take these shiitakes first and place them neatly. Letting the steam just cook onto there. Let's have a sample of this. Man, that tastes like shit. Shiitake mushroom. See, this is how you be pretentious with it. This is what I used to fucking do and thought I was cool. Like, woo! I can use tweezers to move food. Look at me. Yeah, look here. We'll just put these in here. Look at this for greenery. Just a little bit of. Oh, yeah. Good thing I'm not a surgeon. Stand too close, the microphone might get ya. What? There. Just put it all in there. We're not saving anything. Look at this beautiful corn. Here, we're gonna do it piece by piece, like they would, and they wonder, like, this is what people see on TV, and then they get a real job at a restaurant, and they're like, oh my god, I want to kill myself. It's so fast. It's so noisy, and it's nowhere near as cool as they portray it. I should know. I have 2 culinary degrees. Okay. There you go. There's your corn. There's your serranos. Look at this. Oh, my God. Yes. Oh, look at that. And then all of that, just the radiant heat coming off those noodles and everything is going to just open up those flavors a little bit, make them bloom. And then, of course, here, I'm just not even going to be pretentious. We're just going to set this. It's beautiful. Celery. That. Okay. Eggs. Yo. Oh. Pop the yolk there. And then, for the finishing touch, normally I would sear a pork belly rolled and tied. But I wanted to get this out today, so we're taking a little shorter method. So it shows you what you can just come up with at home. And really, the sky's the limit. This is not, there's no wrong way to make a ramen. And I'm going to do just these little florets, nestled right next to the shiitake and the, right next to the shiitake and the right next to the eggs. Just can't even trust myself to make up my own mind nowadays, can I? Hey, no waste. And there you have it. 2 bowls of ramen from packages of Marashan pork flavor. This has been Cooking with Angus. Hope to see you around. If you want to see more, leave a comment, like, subscribe, come see a comedy show. Check out my Patreon, check out my GoFundMe. Help me! Love you guys. Thanks. Bye. So I'll tell you, the amount of spice that ended up in my bowl on top of the serranos, whew, kicked my butt a little bit. Enjoy.